Hello fellow brawlers, I'm KairosTime and it is time for us to talk about Brawl Talk. So here's the deal. As usual, Supercell did give me early access to Brawl Talk, but it was about 6 minutes shorter than what was actually showing up on the premiere. So as I'm recording this now, I do not know what was in the missing 6 minutes. So I'm going to wait to release this video until after I see that missing footage. So then after I do my regular in-depth breakdown like I normally do of Brawl Talk, then I'm going to dive into whatever those missing 6 minutes were. As a reminder, if you come to my videos for the most in-depth update information, I would appreciate you guys using code Kairos in the Brawl Stars shop.
K-A-I-R-O-S, code Kairos in the Brawl Stars shop.
Let's talk about the newest brawler coming to Brawl Stars, Colette. For starters, let's talk about her attack damage, which is by far the most interesting thing about her. Her damage fluctuates based off of the enemy's HP. Now in the footage, we saw her hit Mortis twice with 2 different amounts of damage, which tells me that it is not based off of the target's maximum HP, but rather it is a percentage of the HP that they currently have. Now from what I've calculated, she always deals 35% of the target's remaining HP. But I'm thinking there's a chance that she might actually have to deal more than 35% damage once a brawler reaches a certain threshold. The reason why I say that is because if she only ever does 35% of the remaining HP, she will never be able to bring a target's HP all the way down to 0, which would make her incredibly weak on her own. She could never kill any brawler with her attack. She would have to either always rely on somebody else to finish off an enemy, which I don't think actually sounds very fun at all, or she would have to rely on the damage from her super, which we don't know how much damage her super does, so it's difficult for us to say. The other option is that at some point her damage would ramp up, and if a brawler's like, let's say below 400 HP or below 500 HP, then her final attack would actually kill them. Either way though, this is going to make Colette a very interesting brawler. Against Tick, the lowest HP brawler in the game, her maximum damage is going to be 1078, which is the second lowest damaging attack in the game. But against a Frank with his sponge star power, the highest HP brawler in the game, her first attack will deal 3,521 damage, which is the highest damaging attack in the game. This is really interesting because it's going to make Colette crazy good against tanks, because with 3 quick attacks, he's gonna be able to bring a maxed out Frank with his sponge star power from 10,060 health all the way down to 2,768 health. But at the same time, Colette won't even be able to take a Tick out with 3 attacks, which every other brawler in the game can do except for Poco, which is going to make her very interesting. Now in Brawl Talk, we learned that she's going to be able to deal a set amount of damage against the boxes in Showdown. And I'm guessing that that set amount of damage is going to be the same damage that she'll also do against Ike turrets or high saves, as well as the enemies that happen in like the weekend events, and then also the siege boss as well. I'm hoping that Brawl Stars thought of everything, because otherwise we might see some exploits with her, which I like exploits, that's fun, so we'll see. Now let's talk about her super. With this ability, she dashes about 8 1/3 tiles in the direction that she's aiming, and then she quickly dashes back to where she originally was when she activated the super. She also deals damage to enemies along the way, and I'm also guessing that she's going to be able to knock them back as well, though that is not confirmed. We don't know for sure how many attacks are going to be required for her to charge her super, but based off the footage, we know that it at least requires 3. We also don't know how much damage her super is going to deal to enemies. Is it going to be a percentage like her regular attack, or is it going to be a set amount so that she can actually use it to finish enemies off? I hope that it's a set amount, because otherwise she's gonna be completely useless against a brawler that has 100 HP, because she's just gonna deal 35 damage to him. Now we also don't know what will happen if she uses her super against a wall before it reaches maximum range, but I'm guessing that she's just gonna bounce right back, kind of like a Carl attack. Now this super sounds crazy interesting, because there's a good chance it's going to make her an excellent choice in gem grab and possibly even siege, because she can go in there, grab stuff, and get away to a safe distance. It's gonna be very interesting to see how many attacks are going to be required for Colette to take out every brawler in the game. So make sure you subscribe for a future Brawl Stars Olympics video featuring Colette and comparing her to every other brawler in the game. And so we'll cover those kinds of things. But for now, let's talk about some more interesting facts about Colette. We didn't actually get a clip of her health in Brawl Talk, but we did see her healing after she did not attack for a while, the natural healing that happens. And I know that brawlers heal for 13% of their max health, which allowed me to calculate her max health to be 4,480 health. That's the same amount of health as Jesse, Leon, Max, Mr. P, and Penny. And I think that gives you a really good idea that she won't have the most health in the game, but she's not super squishy either. To me, it looks like her range is about 8 tiles long, and that's about as long as Tara's, Carl's, and Max's attack. This qualifies her as a mid-range brawler, so she's gonna struggle against the long-range brawlers, but there are a few brawlers that she definitely does outrange. Now, her projectile speed does remind me of like Penny's attack, or possibly even Jesse's, but I think it's a little bit faster. So she's going to require a little bit more skill to play around at max range. Based off of a rough measurement, I think that her reload speed is 2.15 seconds for each reload, which is the same as Jackie's, Sandy's, and Jessie's reload speeds. And this puts her right in the middle of all the brawlers for reload speeds. And I think that a skilled player is going to have plenty of ammo when they need it. But most importantly, it looks like she has a fast unload speed, which means that she is going to shred through lots of damage that tanks have. As for where Colette belongs in the Brawl Stars universe, I don't believe that she belongs to any of the current trios in the game, which means that she is the start of another trio coming to Brawl Stars. I'm not entirely sure if it's going to just be a gift shop trio or a Starr Park trio, but I mean, all of the brawlers are from Starr Park, it seems like, so we'll see. We know she works in the Starr Park gift shop and that she idolizes the other brawlers in the game. Why? Because she's obsessed with Starr Park to the point where it's a little crazy. In fact, she's wearing a straight jacket for her shirt, which is basically proof that she is crazy. You'll notice that when she uses her super, she dashes forward with a book in her hand, almost like she's trying to steal personal items from brawlers and put it into her collection book right there. In fact, I believe that her name is Colette because she loves to collect things from other brawlers. We also got a clip of a few of her collections from the sneak peek that Brawl Stars released a few days ago. So far, she's been able to steal some hair off of Colt. That's creepy, as well as a couple of bullets that he shot. She also has Piper's hairpin, 2 spikes and a flower from Spike, Crow's feather, and this is a little gross, but she does have Leon's lollipop stick, the wrapper, and the leftover gum that was chewed and probably thrown away. That's probably the grossest thing in here, but she also does have one of Tara's discarded cards that was actually previously broken or ripped apart or thrown away by Tara. This reminds me of the signature books that people bring to Disney parks so that they can collect signatures from Mickey and Minnie Mouse, the Disney princesses, and all the characters that walk around through the park. Except that Colette has brought this obsession to a very creepy level. Now let's talk about the skins and the other stuff coming in this update. Poco Star is going to be the skin that you'll get if you buy the Brawl Pass right from the beginning, and Trixie Colette is going to be the skin that you get if you buy the Brawl Pass and then complete the entire pass, which means that both of these skins will be one-time exclusive skins. Then we're getting 3 Starr Park themed skins. First is Sugar Rush Sandy, which I'm going to predict is going to cost either 80 or 150 gems. I'm guessing 80. We'll see though. I think Super Fangirl Ems is also going to cost either 80 or 150. Maybe this will be 150. We'll see. And then there's Mask Spike, who I'm going to guess is going to cost either 30 or 80 gems. Going to kind of depend on how many masks he has and how visible they are. Then we'll also get El Atomico Primo, which will cost star points, and there will also be a Lunar Sprout skin, both of which I'm not going to guess their cost because I didn't get to see any of their animations. Now, if what we saw in Brawl Talk was correct, Season 3 of Brawl Pass is going to be called Welcome to Starr Park, and it will likely last 70 days and have 70 tiers worth of rewards. This would mean that Season 3 is going to end in mid-November, but Ryan said in Brawl Talk that he's going to be doing another Brawl Talk in October, right? So there are 2 things that would make sense to me. Either the length of the season will actually be shorter, which I think is less likely to happen, or Brawl Stars is going to start doing updates between the start of seasons, which is going to feel like we're going to get a little bit more of a steady stream of new content, which I really like that. Also, one thing that is very exciting is the fact that everybody is going to get a pin pack at the end of the season pass, which I think is an excellent way for longtime players to unlock pins, even if they're free-to-play players. Another feature that I am so excited for is the ability to turn bots off in friendly matches. This is going to allow people to do 1v1 matches or have other crazy rules. I'm really hoping that they allow you to start a match without an enemy in there at all, so I can just like film stuff for you guys. It's gonna greatly improve the ability for me to record certain videos for you guys, so I'm pretty excited about that. Lastly, and I know this isn't going to have a big impact on the current player base, but I am really glad that Brawl Stars is going to be adding a Starr Park tutorial to help non-gamers learn how to play Brawl Stars, okay? I honestly wish they would have done something like this a long time ago, but you know, it's better late than never, and the game certainly needs an improved tutorial, so that's really great. Okay guys, that is everything that I have for my early preview of Brawl Talk. So now it's time for me to talk about the missing 6 minutes of footage, which as I'm recording this, I haven't seen, and now I have. Okay, actually, I haven't. But if you're seeing this clip, that means that I watched that and there is way too much for me to cover in this specific video. So make sure you guys subscribe because I plan on covering it in a future video, or maybe I will do a community post or something like that. I don't know exactly right now as I'm recording this. Either way, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video and make sure you subscribe for future Brawl Stars content because I am going to be going over everything in depth as much as I possibly can as quickly as I possibly can, and as soon as Supercell lets me send it out to you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Use code Kairos in the Brawl Stars shop every single day. And for now, this is KairosTime ticking by, and we will see you in Brawl Stars.